Hey, what's up? I missed you guys. I know it's been a while since I put out a video. I normally try to drop one every week. It's been over 2 weeks, I think now. I apologize, but I've been booked and busy. I've been trying to get to it, but I did about 4 projects back to back. I've been booked and busy. I just did a project called a podcast. Check out the trailer.
Man, I'm glad you home, Unc.
Yeah, man. 15 years a long time, nephew. 15 years a long time.
Yo, it's your girl DJ Lion. Welcome to the Culture Code, the biggest, the livest, #1 podcast in Atlanta.
Yeah, I got that information for you. I know where to find them.
I hope you plan on staying out of trouble this time. You know Sean's looking up to you.
Inshallah. Oh, I already told you.
Man, what's up? It's your guy Sean. We back. We talking all things music, all things industry. ATL, let me know what the word on the street is.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got 100,000 people watching.
Oh my God,
I'm big, mama. There's consequences for playing with people's money.
Lion, why the fuck are you not answering your phone? I called you 20 times and you can't pick up, and you better not be with that bitch Portia.
Yo, why you playing with me, Portia? I'm the only one that's riding for you. I'm the one that's keeping your secrets.
Mr. Peterson, I'm going to need you to stay out of trouble, maintain employment, and you won't have any problems out of me, okay?
No, I just seen a nigga outside the strip club.
Let me tell you how this is gonna go. I'm gonna ask you some questions, and I'm gonna need you to tell me everything you know.
I want my mom. But if you want to believe everything that everybody is saying, then we all guilty until proven innocent.
After that, I jumped right into another project with this artist named Stephen Thomas. He did about 3 videos in 4 days. So we were locked in for about 3-4 days on that.
Cut. It's a 17 count. It's a 17 count. Big bang, rock, boom, pop. You know what I'm talking about? It's a 17. Why you looking at me like that? It's a 17 count. It's 1, 2, 5, 10. 17. That's it. No, do not this. The 17. That's it. All right, cool.
But y'all spot, so just speak. So I straddled you.
Okay. And let's have it at 24 frames. Not that already.
Then I think 2 days right after that, I jumped into this feature film called Rebel Music.
No, it's not cool. I'm glad you're okay, but anything could have happened. You know I don't like you leaving that makeshift studio late at night.
I know, babe, but I mean, what else am I supposed to do? That's where Desmond's studio is at, and I mean, he ain't rich.
Okay, so what happened with work?
Get better promotions.
Once the DCK album is released, we'll follow up with your project immediately. Timing couldn't be better to capitalize on all this wonderful momentum. It's gonna be huge, gentlemen.
And then as soon as I finished up Rebel Music, I jumped right into this new feature called Thankful, which it's really like a musical. Here's some scenes from it.
Am I boring you, Jones?
No, ma'am, you're not.
I didn't ask you to speak. You seem to think that my army is a nap time at summer camp.
Ma'am, permission to speak, ma'am. You are not boring.
Do not call me ma'am. I work for a living.
And I'm still in the middle of shooting that right now, but as soon as I finish that, I have to jump into my reality show. So it's kind of been difficult for me to stay on track with my videos, but this is what I do for me. YouTube videos is something I do for myself. All of those other things are projects that I do with other people or for myself or something I just get hired for. You understand? But I wanted to make this quick video, and what it is about is this theme, or this thing that I think a lot of people don't get and don't understand, is that when it comes to independent filmmaking, one of your greatest skills that you're gonna learn and hone and perfect is the art of the pivot. Pivot. Like, it's something that is so important that if you master it, there's not gonna be any situation that you can't get through. So here's an example, right? For Rebel Music, I had allocated 7 days. 5 days of shooting, 2 days of pickups. And people were like, how are you gonna do that? That's crazy. You're gonna need at least 9-10 days. People looked at the script. People who were helping me break the script down were like, you need this amount of days. There's no way you can do it in this time. But I know how to shoot. I know how to shoot like an independent filmmaker. There's certain things, and I'll get into that more on another video, but there are certain things that I do to help maximize the amount of scenes or shots or footage that we can get per day. And it usually starts with story. If you look at some of my older videos, you'll see that I stress story is gonna be where you start, and this is how you're gonna make the best of your time. But aside from that, I had this schedule, and on the first day we sent out the call sheets. Call time was about 9 a.m. I believe it was. And as soon as the call sheet went out that night before, I was up still trying to finalize the last few things before we started. And right before I went to sleep, about 3-4 a.m., I get a text message from the main antagonist in the movie. And basically he's saying he can't make it, or he doesn't know if he's gonna make it. And I'm laying in bed looking at this text message like, we're shooting in like 6 hours. Why would he send me this message right now? I was so shocked, and under normal situations, it probably would have been really stressful. But it didn't drive me crazy because I'm used to this stuff. I did music videos for like 10 years, 12 years. So I'm used to all of this things happening at the last minute. I did a lot of hip hop music videos. I did a lot of independent music videos. I've done some major stuff too, but the bulk of my work has been independent recording artists. So I'm so used to things not going according to plan. So I'm laying in bed, I'm looking at this. Good thing I didn't go to sleep. I have a habit of turning my phone off when I go to sleep. I take my sleep seriously, so I can't fool around with that. When I need to rest, I need to rest. I knew I was gonna have some long days, so I said, let me rest up. But that night, because it was the night before we were gonna go shoot, I had to stay up just going over everything, making sure I didn't miss anything. So when I got that text from the guy saying he wasn't gonna be available, I was like, what am I gonna do? But I did not panic. I was able to go to some of my backup choices. Because, to be honest, the conversation we were having before the guy actually verbalized it, I felt a little shaky. And I'm one of those people that if I feel shaky on an actor, I will line up a backup immediately. So, lucky for me, I had some other actor options lined up and I was able to fill the slot. Here's one thing, when you're on set, right, and things start going crazy, you have to maintain composure. You have to stay cool. You cannot let your crew see you sweating, running around, pulling your hair out. You have to be able to deal with that. And having the ability to pivot no matter what, that's going to help you a lot. You got to think about it like sports. You never know what's going to happen, whether it's football, basketball, even car racing. Once you're out there, you have to be able to move at the drop of a dime. And it's the same thing with independent filmmaking. I also had some other stuff happen. Some actors weren't there. Something was going on with the call time software, and there were 2 actors that were supposed to be on set that weren't on set. Like, the whole purpose of this day was these people had to be in the scene. And I couldn't book another day because, again, I had people flying in and they were flying out. So it was either shoot with the people who flew in or don't shoot with them and shoot with the people who missed it. It was chaotic for a second, but if you had walked on the set, you would not have known it was chaotic. Only people who knew were me and my crew, but it was really like a mess. So I had to scrap a whole scene and underlying storyline from the movie because if they weren't there for that day, then nothing else made sense. So, but it was a pivot. And I think, for me, I think some of my strong points in independent filmmaking is that I do know how to pivot. I do know how to set deck. I know how to dress up a scene to make it look good. A lot of times people look at something and they can't see it the way a camera sees it. And I believe that that's one of my strong points, being able to see like the camera lens, but also being able to make a pivot. Oh, it's getting too dark. All right, so we'll do this. Oh, wait a second, there's a sign in the way. Oh, wait a second, there's a car in the background. Oh, wait a second, somebody didn't show up. Okay, pivot. It's like boom, 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 like a boxer. Or you just have to be able to turn at the drop of a dime, right? Or at the very least have someone on your team that is going to give you these ideas. Okay, well, why don't we do this? You should never let a breakdown in your plan break you down. Don't ever let, okay, this actor didn't show up. What am I going to do? This location isn't available. What am I going to do? We had a situation on the movie I'm working on now where we booked a location. There were some documents that need to be signed and they weren't signed in a timely manner. So while we're in the middle of production, the owner called and said, I did not receive the documents. So could you please stop your production? Do not shoot another second of footage until everyone on set signs these documents. Now, normally, that probably would have driven some people crazy, but I was like, hey, I mean, we didn't have a large crew. We had about 12 people, so it was easy for me to just go around to everybody and say, please open your email, sign the document, and send it back. And it was electronic. But being able to not let things ruffle your feathers, because it's easy to be like, oh my goodness, what? Ah! And then just shut it down. I can't tell you how many times early on in my career where I've been like, forget it then, let's just go home. You know, but now with so many years of doing this under my belt, it's like I expect things to not go as planned. You have to go in expecting things not to go as planned. And I know there's this whole thing about putting stuff out into the universe, but that's not really putting things out into the universe. That's just preparing yourself just in case. And because I go in like that, I'm like, cool. You know, I've been on set with people where they're pulling their hair out like, oh my God, oh, what are we going to do? And I'm like, relax, because that stuff is contagious. If you're running around frantic, you can cause everybody else to be frantic. And you don't know how other people on your crew respond to that type of energy. And you could throw them all the way off. Now you got a bigger problem. So you have to be able to know how to pivot no matter what the circumstance is. And don't let things falling apart. Oh, the sound man didn't arrive on time. The light person didn't. Just chalk it up as a lesson learned. And now you know, okay, well, I can't rely on that person. Or in the future, I need to have a backup. Or in the future, I'll bring my own sound system. I'll bring my own lights. I'll bring my own camera. But pivoting is going to be an essential skill to have in independent filmmaking. And basically, that's all I have to say. I'm also working on 2 new books. One of them is about strictly marketing. So for the people that are always asking me how to market and promote their movies, this book is going to be like a manual for that. I'm trying to finish it, but I keep getting booked for stuff, which is not a bad problem. You know, that's something good. I'm happy and satisfied with being booked and busy, right? And I will see you guys on the next video. Once again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Stay creative and always think outside the box.